Hello and welcome to Different Perspectives. I'm Paul Ndiho. Today we take you to Ghana, where history has just been made and not in a good way. For the first time ever, a sitting Chief Justice, Gertrude Torkornoo, has been removed from office after a presidential inquiry found grounds of stated misbehavior. The allegations are misuse of public funds, interference in judicial appointments, and administrative overreach. The decision has split the country. Supporters of President John Mahama say it was a necessary legal step, part of a broader promise to reset the country's institutions. But critics see something else, a dangerous precedent that could erode judicial independence. Earlier, I spoke with Justice Akapadi, a civic educator and ruling party ally, who insists this was a constitutional process, not a political witch hunt. But others, including former senior government officials and civil society groups, aren't buying it. So, is Ghana a cleaning house or burning it down?
Torkornoo happened to be the Chief Justice of the past government, and for that matter, for Ghana, who was, as it were, the whole society has lost confidence in her, which the president found that, look, if that's the case, whenever the people of the people that she is governing, or as it were, administering justice to, but she is not be fair in her administration. So they've petitioned the president of Ghana. That falls that Article 1.6 of our constitution, which such activities. The president here is just a conveyor belt where he sent to the council of elders to, as it were, to advise on the matter.
Now, there are a lot of people who said that the Chief Justice's suspension was politically motivated. You are arguably one of those people who thinks that she should retire. Why?
The word that is a politically motivated is a non-starter. However, and there is a strong word to use against the government, the ruling government. That's not to say I'm in support of whatever they're doing, but then this is an agenda proposed by the then opposition, who is now the president, to the people of Ghana. That is why they overwhelmingly elected him to rule them. His mission was to reset Ghana. When you talk about resetting, meaning that the holistic approach to reset every sector, that administratively or economically of the country, which we are all seeing now. It was a petition that was written to the president, which is not in the powers of the president to sack the chief justice. Until citizens have petitioned him to do so, he has no authority to sack the chief justice.
A lot of people, even in the opposition, would say that justice has not been served here. At least there has to be a presumption of innocence. She's going to go through a series of committees, and these committees will investigate her. Based on those outcomes, let's say the committees decide that she is relieved of her duties, then the president can take that going forward. But until then, there is this presumption of innocence.
The supremacy of the constitution lies in the people. Now, the fact that presumption of innocence until they are proven guilty, but in the court of public opinion, she is already condemned and charged by the court of public opinion. Now, fast forward, there is an issue of the fact that in the Article 1.6, Clause 8 of our Constitution, she is supposed to be, tried in camera. But she is now requesting for her to be, publicly tried, where to be televised for everybody to see, which a lot of people say, no, this is unconstitutional when she is demanding, as a former chief justice, demanding that she should be tried in public instead of camera. This is against the constitution because the constitution does not allow for, public hearing.
In all fairness, I think it's all about transparency. if she wants her case to be tried in the public, I think the country or the powers that be should allow her to be tried in full view of the public. What's there to hide?
So in this case, you are talking that we should do away with our constitution and practice what the we think is right for us.
You are not a lawyer. Are you a lawyer by any chance?
I'm a public, a civic educator, so but I have a fair knowledge of the law. I mean, this is a normal document that every citizen reads. So I study a bit of political science.
You are not a lawyer, right? She's a lawyer, and the people around her are obviously, by the fact that she's the Chief Justice of Ghana, she has risen through the ranks and she knows how the law works in Ghana, right? And she's asking for a public trial. What's wrong with a public trial? Why should her case be done in camera?
Well, until that means to say that well, sometimes there are instances where in court they use case law to judge situations. But in this case, we would not have a similar case law to even make reference to in the first place. So there is no legality backing what she's requiring until we are not trying to go by the law, but just by a mere perceptions of people's belief. Then there's no need for us to use the constitution in our administration. You see, the truth here is that uh, there is no beauty in the saying that she should be tried in public for everybody to hear when the public already is not in support of her doings because already she has been condemned in the court of public opinion. Recently, when she was suspended, the opposition party, led by one Mr. Tenko, has, petitioned, filed a case at the Supreme Court to ask to quash or suspend her suspension by the president, sort of an interlocutory injunction uh, placed on that. But the panel that was constituted was also, including the current acting chief justice, who is a benefactor to this whole situation. So in this case, they were ruled in favor of. So the vote is five panel judges. Now three vote in support to overturn the petition, the case filed against for a suspension.
I say that there has to be separation of powers from these institutions. The executive should at least act uh, independently from the judiciary. There has to be that separation of powers. And if I hear you correctly, you seem to suggest that regardless of the facts on the ground, the government wants to do a total reset, right? So that's why they're cleaning. So all these charges against her, one could argue, especially I've had people from the opposition argue that this is politically motivated.
So this is an agenda. This is a promise that he made, and he must fulfill as a part of the social contract that he signed with the people of Ghana. So to say that it is politically motivated or trying to be a sort of witch hunting, that is why I don't want us to trade on that path at the moment. Because if people of the country that we are ruling do not agree to that proposal, well, they will have violated him to do so. Oh, this is a reality that we have to talk about. I mean, the legality aspect of it is there, but when it comes to human, sentimental reasoning, and contextual analysis, one would have said that this is an agenda that has been predetermined to say. This is predetermined before even it starts on. So it's not something we say that it's a politically, targeted individual. No.
Granted, the constitution gives the president that mandate to appoint whoever he wants to lead the judiciary, to lead other institutions of government, right? That's his mandate. Take politics out of it. Whichever way you want to look at it, it looks like at least there has to be a presumption of innocence, regardless of whether she's guilty or not guilty, until she's tried by a competent court of her peers or a jury, public jury out there. to say that she's not guilty of these charges, because I've seen a lot of also opposition people who said that everything that they've leveled against the Chief Justice is politically motivated, right? So, and Ghana prides itself as a country that abides by the rule of the law. So why can't they give her that opportunity, at least to go public and try to air all those differences in the open, so that the people can judge for themselves?
The noise, the lula balu about the Chief Justice should be reinstated is a non-starter, and it is an effort in futility. Once the opposition cries over this, there's nothing that can be done. So I think it's just a storm in a teacup. The noise will cease very soon, and the president will continue to reset the country. Let's give him the support that need to reset the country. If it's for our own good, I mean, we have seen the signs already. The dollar is picking up strongly, which has been adjudged the best currency in the world. I think, to be fair, he is doing his best to put this in order, and the citizens are in support.
Thank you so much for your time, Justice. Justice Akapadi is a civic educator and supporter of the ruling party based in Accra, Ghana. Let me know what you think about the dismissal of Ghana's Chief Justice. Drop us a comment in the comment section below. And of course, don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow Paul Ndiho on Substack, X, Instagram, Threads, Facebook, LinkedIn, Blue Sky, and YouTube.